Okay, so let's put our snowflake together. So we're starting out with an equilateral triangle, okay? You can decide to cut this in half and get a 30-degree angle at the top here if you wanted to, or you can work directly with the 60-degree triangle. So these are my 4 different designs that I created using existing images or creating a whole new image. So again, it's totally up to you how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off these layers so that I just have the one triangle. I'll drag that to the top because that's what I'm working with right now. I'm actually going to go to View and click on New Guide Layout and click on 2 columns, 2 rows, and no gutter or margins. So now I know that this is the center of my canvas. So I'll make sure I have the Move tool selected. V on the keyboard is the shortcut for the Move tool. So you can also use that. And I'm going to align the top corner of my triangle with the center of my canvas. And now at this point, if your triangle was too small or too big, you can resize that. But you want, a nice amount of space down at the bottom so that you know that your snowflake will fit in your composition. So first thing I need to do is hit Command J to duplicate that layer. So now I have 2 triangles, one on top of the other. Okay, so now what I can do is go to Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal, and that creates a mirror image of that triangle. So let's look at that. Okay, so that's what that looks like. So I'll align those back up. There we go. Now I'm going to rotate this 60 degrees because I have a 60-degree triangle. If you guys can see in the center of this layer, I'm on my Move tool, the center of the layer has this little anchor point. I'm going to click on that and hold and drag it up to the top center here. Okay, now my anchor point is changed. Alternatively, you can also use this little grid at the top of your options bar here and just change the point. Okay. I didn't do any changes. Everybody's waking up from their naps right now. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to move my anchor point to the top center. There we go. And then, because I am on a transform here, I can also hit Command T to get here. This is my angle. I'm going to rotate this 60 degrees and click OK. And then I can hit Shift and select both of those layers, Command J and Command E, and now they're merged. Edit, Transform, Rotate, or Command T, and I'm going to type in 60. Nope, I'm going to type in 120. Sorry, because now I'm using my big hexagon. There we go. Or trapezoid, sorry. Parallelogram. Hey, geometry. Okay, so there we go. And then I'm going to hit Command J again and edit, transform, or Command T, rotate, and type in 120 under degrees and scooch that in and line that up. Okay. Okay, and that looks pretty good. Okay, now you can leave it like this. You could decide to select your layers, duplicate them, and then merge them, and then Command T, and I'm going to hit Option Shift and resize this. So Option Shift will make sure that my resizing happens from the center, and you could leave it like this, or you could rotate this. It's up to you. I'll make it 45. Okay, and again, you could change the opacity or the blend mode, okay, to create that snowflake look. Now, to get this onto a blue background, what I would do is click back on my background layer, create a new filler adjustment layer, click on solid color, and I want to match the blue of my background to the blue of my snowflake. So I'm going to zoom in and make sure I pick up a clean section of that dark blue color and click OK. And Command 0, and there we go. We have this snowflake. Okay, so a couple options here. You could create a new blank layer. Go back to your brush tool. And remember, we use that snow brush. I could actually stamp in that snow. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. To create more snow in the background if I wanted to. Or I could actually turn, watch this. I'm going to select all my layers, Command J, Command E, and then I'm going to turn them all off. I'm going to hit Control and click on my bottom layer, show hide all other layers, turn that off. Okay, now I can go back to Edit, Define Brush Preset, and now I have a brush of my snowflake that I just created. And you could stamp that on if you wanted to. You could change the size, of course. You can also click here and change the rotation. Okay. You could turn that back on too if you think that looks good. Actually, I kind of like just that. That looks pretty cool. And there's your snowflake. I'm going to turn these off. I'll use, let's see, which one do I want to do? Okay, let's do this real quick. So again, I will line this up. Okay. And I'm going to go Edit, Transform. Oops. Command J first to duplicate. Edit, Transform, Flip Horizontal. And then we're going to Command T. Change your anchor point to the top center. Or you can drag it from here. Type in 60. And Command 0. Okay. And then again, you would just continue to move these around. Let me zoom in and make sure that this is good. Okay. That looks good. Okay, so I will merge those and then edit. Okay, so there's that snowflake. Again, you can merge these layers, resize the top, and add some more depth and dimension to your snowflake. I need to add a new color fill layer. So solid color. Here we go. And that's my snowflake. You could also, for this one, because it's only the two colors, the blue and white, there's no, midtones, Command J, Command E, merge that. And I can actually use my Magic Wand selection tool, select all my blue out, and deselect contiguous and make sure all my dark blue is selected, and I can actually delete that. So now this layer that's visible here is just the white. So then, instead of a color fill, I could do a gradient fill and do something like that. Totally up to you. Command J, Command T, So I'm going to hold down Option and Shift and resize this. Oops. Let go of my keys before I let go of the mouse. Okay. And then maybe something like that could be cool. Change that. Okay. Okay, and there is another version of a snowflake for you. Where are my other triangles? Let's see. Okay, so I did that one. Here we go. Okay, so for this one, it would be the same deal. You can also, oops. You can also decide to use half of your triangle. So what I would do is click on the rectangular marquee selection tool, select half of it, making sure that I see that little pink line show up because then I know that's my half of my triangle. And then what I would do is hit Command J and duplicate that. So now I just have half of the triangle. Again, Command J and then edit, transform, flip horizontal, and then scooch that back over so it's all lined up there. Okay, and now I have a new triangle to use. I'll merge that. Okay, so you can see the difference. So here this triangle is not symmetrical. Okay, but that's okay because when you rotate and flip, it's okay. But you could also cut it in half, and now you have a triangle that's the same on both sides. So then when I hit Command J, Command T, change the anchor point to the top center, type in just 60 degrees, and then that rotates that. And then Command J again, and then Command T, and then I'm going to change my anchor point now to this because that's my new center corner there. Accept, Command J, Command T. Again, change your anchor point to the center, so that's down here. So I'm going to change it there. And again, 60. Command J, Command T. And it's pretty easy once you get going, you know. But once you learn the basics of this, you'll be able to do some pretty cool things for your kaleidoscope projects. And there you go, another snowflake. So again, you could merge this. You could do some adjustments on this if you wanted to. I feel like this one's a little bit, I don't know, I feel like I need more whites in there. So you could increase the contrast there so it's really white and really blue. You could also do your resizing, rotating. Okay, and that actually looks pretty cool just like that. And then again, you would do your solid color fill and pick up that blue that you already have. Okay. Okay, so that's that option. And where's my other triangles? Did that one. Too many layers in this document. So when you guys are working on this, you are not going to want to have this many layers. So for this, I'm going to hit Command T and Shift and drag and make this a little bit bigger. So again, with this, you can either cut it in half using your marquee tool for the selection, where you would select half of the triangle and then hit Command J and so on and so forth, or you can just use it this way. So again, Command J, edit, transform, flip horizontal, and then edit, transform, rotate, and you'll do 60 degrees. I didn't move my anchor point, so I'm going to have to align that myself. Okay, and then Command J. I'm actually going to merge it this time, and then edit, transform, rotate, and now we'll do 120 because it's the two of them, and then that lines up. And I didn't really take my time with this one, so you can see that there's a gap there. So before you move on, you would want to make sure that you kind of scooch things in where they need to be so there's no gaps in your snowflake. And then again, I'll do these ones, Command J, Command E, and then edit, transform, rotate. So this would be, I'm going to do -60 and rotate it the other way. Oh no, that's not right. Be -120. And V to switch to the move tool. Oh, accept. And then V to switch to the move tool and scooch in where you want that to go. Okay, and because of the way that butterfly was aligned, it ended up sort of creating new butterflies in there, so that's kind of cool. So again, you can select all your layers, Command J, Command E. You can do a levels adjustment once you're in here to see, you know, what you like. Maybe just increasing the darks here on this one would be good. Oh, that's kind of neat. Okay, and then again, you can merge that down, Command J, Command T, Option Shift, and let's rotate this 15 degrees, and then Command J, Option Shift, Command T, sorry, and then Option Shift. Okay, and again, you can change opacity of things, blend modes. Maybe this one will leave on normal, and this one will change to lighten. Okay, so up to you how you guys finish this. There's no real right or wrong way. As far as the look goes, you just want it to look, you know, kind of like a snowflake. Again, with this one here, I might decide that I want to use my eraser tool and get rid of these little weird spots down here. I'll just go ahead and do that. Just make sure whatever you do erase, you do on all of the parts there. Because it'd be weird if one corner had it. Okay, Command 0. Okay, and there's your snowflake again. So a couple different ways to finish the project. Again, you could do another layer. You could download a snow brush, something like this. Make it big to fill your frame. You could do something like that. To add some texture, you can add that new blank layer to add your signature. I'll pretend that this is my signature, even though it's not. Make that nice and small and white, and we'll stick it in the corner here. Okay, so have fun with this. I want you guys to learn the techniques with flipping and rotating and creating the triangles, and then you're going to use that to create kaleidoscopes exploring color theory. So this week you are going to finish the snowflake. You just need to do one. It's up to you what image you use. Again, you can use the text. You can use something from an existing project. It's up to you. So be creative and have fun with it, and you know, experiment with some of the tools to create an interesting looking snowflake. Okay, have fun.